Hello there, Oz.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, what movie are we watching this week?
This week we are watching the movie Marriage of the Matchmaker meets Twin Peaks
Yeah.
with a stop by Outback Steakhouse
Yeah.
with a dash of RoboCop and a little bit of Ziggy.
Ziggy.
This week we're watching Don't Tell Her It's Me, aka The Boyfriend School.
Ziggy.
Ziggy.
It's just fun to say Ziggy.
It is a fun name.
Yeah.
Ziggy. Oh, welcome back, listeners and viewers, to another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme. We are kicking off our truncated Jami Gertz month
Yes.
with Don't Tell Her It's Me. I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I am the other host, Curtis.
And before we get going too far, we want to give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers, Don S., Aaron A., Mandy K., Melissa L., Colleen K., and Lyle M. Thank you one and all for your patronage.
Maybe with any luck, Jami Gertz will catch wind of this and she'll become a Patreon.
That would be nice. I think she could afford it.
She's got the money.
Right.
She was a co-owner of the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah. Yeah. She's one of the wealthiest women in America.
Mm-hmm.
So
she actually bought out the nickname "the Human Highlight Reel" from Dominique Wilkins.
Right. That's what she calls her husband. Dominique Wilkins, not the Human Highlight Reel.
Yeah. She could also throw down a mean two-handed windmill jam.
She could do that. She could do that as well. So, if you're checking this out on a streaming service or YouTube or whatever, give it a like and subscribe while you're there. That greatly helps the algorithms, because that's what we do this for. We do this for the robots.
Yeah, there's no joy in this at all.
No,
it's just to please our robotic overlords.
It was on my schedule, so it's like I just did it. And you can also check out the website, letstalkaboutflix.com, where that's where all of our stuff is.
Check out the back catalog, the blogs.
It's been a busy couple weeks at school, so I haven't gotten to another Criterion in a minute, but that's okay. They'll be there when I'm ready. So
I showed my comics and fandoms kids at the because again, I'm a high school counselor and I advise our comics and fandoms club, and I showed them my my top 10 best and top 10 worst movie snacks list, and they were very intrigued.
Yeah, well, it's fun, and it's the lists always do well. We just don't do enough of them because we're busy people. But like, there was pretty decent interaction with the top 5 movie baseball players.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
some opinions were said on that.
Yeah, like you left this person out. Like, it's a top 5. Like,
it's a lot of people got left out.
Yeah, it's like Brendan Fraser threw a perfect game. Like, come on. Perfect game.
Bernie Mac didn't make the list. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll take Brendan Fraser's perfect game over Nuke LaLoosh. He's still in the minors.
Over Corbin Burnson from Major League 2.
Or Corbin Burnson off of
or just in general.
just Corbin Burnson.
Corbin Burnson. or Omar Epps replacing Wesley Snipes in
Major
League 2.
as Willie Mays Hayes. Major League, I watched Major League today. It was on TV.
So, what a fun movie.
It is a fun movie. So, well, this is not a fun movie.
We talked a bit pre-show. You have more of a history with this movie than I did. So how did this movie come up?
As I'd mentioned in several episodes, we had HBO, we had Cinemax. This was one of those, it was just on rotation.
Yeah.
It was on TV. And so, I've seen it several times. It's a nostalgia thing. No, it's not. It doesn't hit the nostalgia button that like Flash Gordon does for me.
Sure.
But it's one that it's an oft overlooked, rightfully so, vehicle for some actually people with some talent and people that have done things. And so it's a movie. It got made. I watched it more than once as a kid, enough that it stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
And
enough that it inspired Jami Gertz month.
It inspired Jami Gertz month. And so here we are. We probably could have done a secret month, and this would have fit there too.
Yeah.
This and Top Secret and, whatever the Harry Crumb movie that John Candy was in.
So, who's Harry Crumb?
Yeah, who's Harry Crumb? That's a secret. So, but yeah, that's where this movie come about. And it's a quick watch. It's just there. Like it's not very good. It's also really not like really terrible. It's just
present. It's in the ether.
Yeah, it's a movie that would not get made today.
No, this movie would not get made today.
No, it would not get made today. And if it did, it would be a Hallmark Christmas kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of one of those. So, but because that is what this is, I've got the plot because it's my movie. And so who's in this movie?
Not a big cast for this one.
Not really.
We've really only got, I would argue, 3 characters that really matter.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah. There's other, I'll mention a couple others there too, but the big 3 are Steve Guttenberg as Gus Kubicek.
Yeah.
Kubicek, Gus. Yeah. He starts off the movie recovering from a pretty significant medical condition, and
he's had Hodgkin's disease.
Yeah. Falls in love with a woman played by Jami Gertz. Falls in love with Emily, and things happen. And then there's also Shelley Long as Lizzie, Gus's sister. Lizzie's married, has a kid. She's a romance novel writer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, and Gus is the cartoonist. Yeah. So,
not for her romance novels, but he's just a cartoonist.
No. he draws the hunky shirtless guys on the cover.
Yes, that's what he does. The Favios.
It's Gus's Steve Guttenberg also was a cartoonist in the 3 Minute a Baby series.
I almost had 3 Minute a Baby in my movie Marriage just to shoehorn in some Guttenberg, as an illustrator, but
yeah.
I was getting a little heavy, and I'm like, well, I'm going to be talking about the Goot, so we'll just leave it out.
Yeah, well, Guttenberg starts the movie a little heavy.
A little bit. I'm glad that we've had advances in medicine, because prior to my understanding, I didn't realize that one of the side effects of having Hodgkin's disease was prosthetics. It just is.
You as the condition worsens, you wake up every morning wearing more prosthetics.
You lose all your hair, yet you could still see the indentation of a hairline. Well, it's not really an indentation as much as more like an embossment of a hairline underneath a bald cap. Maybe, I don't know.
Side effects include
exactly
prosthetics,
low gas mileage and all kinds of things.
So go ahead. We have Kyle MacLachlan is in this. Blink and you miss it. It seems like Kyle MacLachlan.
You could blink a few times.
A couple of times, but as Trout, just one name, Trout. Emily's sort of boyfriend and also boss.
It's a little fishy.
Yeah, that's. Trying to think what other fish names they could have given us characters. Salmon.
It's true. Snapper.
Bluegill.
Crappie.
Perch.
There you go. Perch isn't a bad one.
Perch. Here's my boss, Perch.
Yeah. That's him. But nope, he's Trout.
Seasonal sandwich at Culver's, Perch. We've got Mitchell. Kevin Scanlon is Mitchell, Lizzie's husband. We've got Beth Grant in a one scene role.
And even more Blink and you miss
Babette,
Beth Grant.
yes. And then I forget what's the daughter's name.
I wrote her down as daughter the whole time.
Yeah,
Annabelle.
There we go, Annabelle. Yes, who at Wikipedia isn't even credited.
It's pretty thin in Wikipedia. I had to take some pretty. I had to take some pretty good notes.
Yeah,
not much of a plot to follow.
The Wikipedia summary is as thin as I've ever seen it.
It's probably about what the attendance in the theaters was like. Pretty sparse. Not a whole lot there.
Yeah, so I mean that's the cast of Don't Tell Her It's Me / The Boyfriend School.
Yeah.
Wasn't it I've got the book was Don't Tell Her It's Me, and
no, the book was Boyfriend School.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. The book was because this is based on a novel by Sarah Bird, her novel being The Boyfriend School. And Sarah Bird to write a book like this, and this isn't because I've never written a book, so I'm not slighting, is Sarah Bird was probably something else. and wrote this book on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then it took off, kind of thing. Like she's probably like a third grade teacher, or a receptionist at an insurance company. Just something to where I need another outlet, and I wrote this book, and it got picked up, and wow, now they made a movie that not many people watched. So, but I've got the plot of this.
Yes, let's get into the plot of Don't Tell Her It's Me / The Boyfriend School.
And as we mentioned, this movie starts out with Gus. Mm-hmm. Gus has been receiving chemo for his Hodgkin's, mm-hmm. and it doesn't look good. Not only does he like literally not look good, but he's depressed, and he's hairless, and he's overweight, and he's in a kind of a low-key fat suit, and it just doesn't look good. Like, it's one of those. And to be fair, I always feel for people who are in this part of their journey where it's like, yep, I'm doing everything possible to live, mm-hmm. and I'm not enjoying the living part. Like I genuinely feel for anybody that's gone through this part of any medical journey, that it's like, this sucks. Like,
you're right in the thick of the treatments. And the side effects are in some ways as bad, or if not worse, than the disease itself.
Right. You start the doubt and the second guessing, and mm-hmm. and so that's fair. But Gus's sister Lizzie, who, as we mentioned, is I guess, popular romance novelist. She's written a lot of them.
I mean, she's at a fan convention in the beginning,
but the fan convention is also in the town she lives in. So, question mark.
People are like shirtless hunks.
But Lizzie wants to relight that fire and give Gus something to live for, because mm-hmm. again, you're alive. You're beating this. Let's get you back on your feet. She's also a romance writer, so she wants him to get with someone that will see and appreciate all of the internal qualities of Gus, mm-hmm. because she even looks at him as like, ew, like, you don't look good. You look like bubblegum. And so we do see, Lizzie is at a convention. Mm-hmm. Of course, she writes under a pen name, and we meet Emily. Emily is a reporter for magazine, and
beat me to it. For Word magazine.
Yeah, she's a reporter for magazine. Trout is her editor-in-chief
at magazine.
At magazine. So she's on assignment, and she goes, and she's supposed to do a piece about whatever the author's name is. Yeah. Well, she's talking to Lizzie. Lizzie used to have a career in the journalism, and what did you write? Well, Emily doesn't realize that she's actually talking to the person she's supposed to be interviewing.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
casually insulting her.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, Lizzie's number one priority in life is to play her brother's wingman.
To meddle with her brother's life.
Like constantly. Even during this interview with Emily, she's grilling Emily on questions. Do you have a boyfriend? What
mm-hmm.
do you like? Like, she's constantly.
What are you doing Saturday night?
Yeah, pretty much, because she invites Emily for dinner. She invites Emily over for dinner, and Emily naturally does so because it was in the script. And
I guess I have to go.
Page 7 says I must be there. So Emily shows up, and Lizzie's family is bonkers. Like, this
over the top husband, Annabelle.
Yeah, like Annabelle doesn't talk. The only word she knows is uncle.
Yeah,
and she there are parts of this movie that feel like that scene in Big, where Elizabeth Perkins' character is running down one hallway, and Tom Hanks is running down another hallway, and they both have files. And they run into each other, and the files go up in the air,
mm-hmm.
and so they, where the files go flying up in the air, mm-hmm. and they just put them all together, and it's like, okay, we've got this story, but now we've got this indiscriminate little girl who has no role at all. We also have a bucket of bolts covered in oil. what can we do with this? And it's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah. Well, and Annabelle, they don't explicitly say anything, but she is heavily coded to be on the autism spectrum.
Oh, yeah. Yes, for sure.
And
but again,
that's going to come back later.
This movie is 1990, and so our knowledge of said spectrum wasn't very wide. It was a very narrow spectrum. It was like this and Rain Man was about what the spectrum was.
That's what autism
was. If you're autism, well, you must be a savant of some sort.
Yeah. Or you put oily bolts in your mouth.
Yeah. And so it's Lizzie and Emily's one-on-one. So Gus shows up and he sees her through the window, and he's again so down on himself that he's already put out before even going in, that he's like, this is going to work. Well, he powers through it, goes in, they have dinner. Emily, not interested in Gus.
Yeah. He's smitten with her, though.
Oh, yeah, like immediately, because it's Jami Gertz in this.
It's Jami Gertz.
It's in the late 80s, 90s.
It's future owner of the Atlanta Hawks.
Right. It's like she's got a future ahead of her. And so that doesn't work out. And obviously it doesn't help Gus at all, because he's smitten. She's not interested, and he can't help. Because, I mean, they talked. I mean, they were polite to each other. It wasn't
they were polite, but it was pretty obvious that she didn't have any interest, any romantic interest in him. Right. And he could pick up on that.
Right. Yeah. He's not. Yeah,
Gus isn't an idiot.
No, he's not an idiot. He knows what his sister's trying to do. Mm-hmm. He humors her by going along with it, because really it's a low risk, high reward situation for him, other than just being a little embarrassed. But I'm like, I'm already embarrassed. So what's it going to hurt? At least I'm going to get some cooking out of it.
There's bits with, like, you know, he was wearing a toupee, and the toupee kind of does the whole moving around the head bit.
Yeah, and like they serve up like they serve up a meal like straight out of an 80s John Cusack, like it's moving food and squishy noises, and it's like, oh, it's jellyfish salad. It's just it was the floating head from Big Trouble in Little China, just served on a plate. Pretty much. So just odd. So we cut to Emily's with Trout. Okay. Because we have to establish that Emily does have some sort of romantic life. Sort of. She's settling for Trout. She doesn't actually. She'd broken it off with Trout. They're engaged. She kind of broke it off, and he just won't leave her alone, because basically he wants her until he has her.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't want her.
He's stereotypical. I know this movie was at 90, but he's stereotypical 80s bad boyfriend. Which
they already had one of those, because the first time we met Emily, she was on a date with a guy, and he was very much a yuppie type. And so, that's the kind of guys that Emily is usually around. Obviously doesn't want to be around them. So she's with Trout. She's unhappy that, she's not really, it's on again, off again with Trout. Meanwhile, Trout has the hots for Mandy. Which,
like office secretary Mandy.
Yeah. Whose dad is an investor or whatever. Anyway, that little thing doesn't matter at all, but whatever. No. But we clearly see Emily is just settling for Trout. So back to Lizzie and Gus. Lizzie has an idea, because Gus is like, I knew that wouldn't work. And Lizzie basically is like, well, if there's one thing I know about Emily, she's extremely superficial. If you only looked like someone from my romance novels,
like someone who didn't look like how you look.
Exactly. If you only looked like someone else,
if you only looked 180 degrees different from how you look,
exactly,
then it would be great.
Like right now, you're giving me blobfish. If you looked less blobfish and more Trout, it should be all over it.
Just look like Kyle MacLachlan, and you'll be fine.
Just do that. She at least is interested in that. So she has an idea that we are going to turn you into the kind of guy that she won't be able to take her eyes off of.
Makeover time.
Yeah. So we get a makeover, and she transforms Gus into Lobo Marunga. We
get a sweet training montage.
I was going to say, we get a bookended montage with some terrible women. as he's out jogging, she's riding her bike, really pushing him through the paces because nobody has any work to do in town.
No.
No, this is what you do. You go.
She's
run.
A writer. She can write whatever she wants, and he's a cartoonist.
I'll write later.
Yeah.
And so like he stops because he's like, I don't want to do this. This like Jeep of 4 like beach bunnies pop up, and they're just like, ew, gross. Like they're so awful. So, but continue montaging because it's like we just beat Glass Joe and we're not ready to fight Don Flamenco yet. So we have this
Flamenco.
So we have this like running through town montage where he very, very quickly morphs into Steve Guttenberg.
I think into the best version of Steve Guttenberg for whatever that's worth, whatever that is. He becomes pinnacle Guttenberg.
Yeah. He's at his Guten best.
Not his Guten worst.
No, this is his Guten best.
His Guten better.
Yeah. But Steve Guttenberg, he's a handsome guy. He's got a charming smile. Like,
sure.
For an 80s, 90s guy, like, I'm not worried about it today, but like, if I were down on the look, I look closer to Gus Kubicek than I do to Steve
Don't sell yourself short.
No,
you look more like Lobo.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so by the end of this montage, he's tan. He's grown a lot of hair back.
A lot of hair.
He's very sweaty and muscular. And
he's always wet.
And apparently the same Jeep of beach bunnies is on their way back from the beach, and they pull up, hey, you want to ride with us? And he's like, I've made it. Meanwhile, I don't look like Lobo. Like, I'm just a guy out for a jog. So there's your shot right there, Gus.
Yeah.
Like, not Emily, those 4 in the Jeep that wouldn't give you the time of day. Again, I'm assuming this is all the same day. I know it's not.
They give no idea about what the time lapse is.
Passage of time it's just as confusing as to where they are.
Wasn't this set in Charleston, South Carolina?
I only knew that because they show the Charleston airport at the end.
Yeah.
That's it. At one point,
that's how I figured it out.
At one point, my hum was, "Where are we?"
Yeah.
And then they show,
but it's in a warmer climate, so it's like you don't see like seasons, traditional seasons.
So we've
change
got Charleston. I'm like, okay, well, you ruined that for me by actually telling me where we are. And we know it's a small town because nobody has anything to do.
No,
it's about the size of Houston, and everybody's just within.
we all know how small the 4th largest city in America is.
Everyone's just within a 3-block radius of each other, and there's nothing to do. That's why everybody's always available. So we get transformation into Gus, or Gus transforms into Lobo. Yeah. He grows his hair out even longer. He fixes up his motorcycle. He gets contacts. And they decide he needs to be from a foreign country that no one's really knows anything about, like New Zealand.
I mean, this was pre Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings.
I would like to think that Peter Jackson took a slight to this movie and said, I will put New Zealand on the map.
The only reason he made the Lord of the Rings movies was because of how disgusted he was at the boyfriend school.
With Shelley Long. Like, how dare you badmouth Auckland?
You are the Guten worst.
And so he transforms into Lobo and goes on a stalking spree as they know where Emily is at all times.
Yeah, everywhere she goes, they know exactly where she is.
So Emily pulls into a gas station, the only gas station in Charleston.
Yeah, the only one.
And so she goes in, she's pumping her gas, and Lobo pulls up in his Harley next to her, and she can't take her eyes off of him. And even though I think it's more done for comedy, there was if you put on your inappropriate cap just enough, as she's pumping gas and it begins to just completely overflow.
Oh yeah,
and spill all over the pavement when she's watching Lobo. I was like, oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I really don't think that they were planning that. I just think
I don't think so either.
I don't think Malcolm Mowbray was.
No, he's a visionary.
Yeah, this wasn't the train going into a tunnel like at the end of that Hitchcock movie.
The gun going into the holster.
Yeah, that wasn't this. Yeah. This was just, wouldn't it be funny if she pumped the gas too much? So she overflows the gas. She only wanted to pump like $2 and ended up pumping all of it.
All the gas in Charleston.
Yeah, all of it. So she goes as she's going into the gas station to pay, somebody that's at another pump honks the horn. She's up and she's like, you wouldn't believe what just happened. Like, la, 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 la. Well, the gas station's being held like it's a burglary.
Yeah.
The guy's got the attendant on the floor, gun to his head.
Yeah.
Pulls a gun on her. And basically, she's like, oh my. So she's stuck, RoboCop style.
Yeah, literally has a gun on her in a gas station.
In comes Lobo, who quickly looks at it, realizes he sees what's going on in like the mirror, and is like, I got to get out of here. Like, you don't fault him for that, and the guy's going to let him go.
I forget. Was he talking out loud, or do we just hear his?
A little bit thoughts? I think a little bit of both.
Okay,
a little bit of both.
Because he's like, just leave.
Yeah,
just leave.
Yeah, because he sees it's a stick up. Yeah,
yeah.
Gets to, he gets to the door and then realizes that like, I've got to be a hero. Like,
yeah,
quit being Gus and start being Lobo. So
Lobo Marunga.
So he takes out the burglar and saves the day, and he wins.
Yeah,
he wins.
Lobo wins.
Yeah, Lobo wins. He punched the guy in the face, knocked him out. And basically he hurt his hand, he hurt his leg. Like, he can't ride his motorcycle because he's injured.
Yeah.
Punching a man in the face, he hurt his leg.
I was wondering about that too. I don't know if I just wasn't watching close enough, but it's like they get back to her place and he's like, oh, I can't move my leg.
Yeah.
Like, I really had to plant that back leg to get that get enough force by that punch.
Yeah. So she gives him a ride back. I got to take care of you or whatever. He saves her. She takes him home to tend to him. And he like hits his head or whatever. And she's like, oh, please don't pass out. So then he fakes passing out. Because this whole movie is just gaslighting. And
it really is.
Yeah. And she, I mean, at this point, she's intrigued. I won't go as far to call her interested as much as she's just attracted, because she doesn't know the man. It's all mystery at this point.
Yeah, but it's this rogue rebel Kiwi who saved her from the robbery, and he's got fringe on his leather coat.
Yeah, and look at all that hair and the buckles on his boots,
the dangly earring.
Yeah. So she kisses him while she thinks he's knocked out, because two can play this game.
Yeah. You're going to stalk me. I'm going to sexually assault you.
You're not the only one that's going to take advantage of someone in this movie. She goes to bed. He sleeps on the couch, and she wakes up the next morning excited to see him. And he had gone. Don't know where he went, but he left. Left his necklace, which was really just garbage. Like, it wasn't anything fancy, but it was like this little tiki man.
It's a Maori totem is what it's deep in my heritage.
Yes, this deep Maori totem. So he goes and catches up with Lizzie, and he's just beside himself. It worked. She's into Lobo, and then it hits him. She's into Lobo.
Yeah,
she's not into me.
What did he think was gonna happen?
I don't know. There's a little bit of like, this may have been Guttenberg going off script and be like, wait a second. Like, all this time.
He's literally flipping through the script on camera.
Right.
We're doing this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm going to be him and then be surprised when she likes him. So we get a stupid little sight gag where he's like, I got to go back and get my motorcycle. So Lizzie gives him a ride back to get his motorcycle. Well, because it's the only gas station in town and they just got robbed, Emily's waiting because she's like, well, he's got to go back and get his motorcycle. Like,
Yeah, and how long was she waiting?
Yeah.
How many days?
Well, nobody works in this town except except Trout, really.
Yeah, he's the only one who works at magazine.
Yeah. It's so,
and he just goes there to see that other woman.
Yeah, that's the only reason he's there, is to, have fun. So the they do the whole Lizzie and Gus duck down below and drive by in the car, and you can't see anybody. And Emily's like, who's driving that car? Anyway, she drops Lobo off, and Lobo comes up to Emily's car, and I got to get my motorcycle. It was funny because as they're walking to the motorcycle, he's not limping. And she says something like, how's your leg? And he slowly puts that limp back on the way to the motorcycle. I just thought it was fun. So get on. We're going for a ride. So she hops on the back of the hog. They go for a motorcycle ride. She teaches him to dance.
I have in my notes his injured ankle miraculously heals.
Yes,
he's a surprisingly spry dancer on that sprained ankle.
Real quick, it came back. While dancing, he really wants to admit that he's Gus, but he refrains, and they have a nice time together. Emily asks Lobo, because they go back to her place, and this time she really does want him to stay the night. In the same bed. And so Emily, that next morning or day or whatever, because time is nothing in this movie. It is both the future and the past. It is the now and the later. It's
like Interstellar.
It is.
That should have been in your movie, Meredith. Interstellar.
Yeah, it's anywhere.
Time has no meaning.
Anywhere and everywhere, all at once.
It's like Salvador Dali's melting clock.
It is. It's all over. This is now.
Not then now.
So Emily asked Lobo for a ride. Can you give me a ride? I have to go return something to a friend. Well, earlier
return some videotapes.
Yeah, pretty close. We got to return some paperbacks. Lizzie had loaned Emily all of her novels that she had written. I'm assuming this was in my hunt 2 different times as Lizzie sandwiches the books.
I noticed that too.
Which I'll give it to Shelley Long.
She's got some grip strength.
Not only that, but then when she hands them to Emily, Emily cradles them in one arm, and none of them shift. None of them lose. No. There's no pressure on them. They just sit.
Whoever did the set dressing for that movie knew what they were doing.
I had in my head at one point, how did Emily carry all those books with one arm? Well, she needs a ride back to Lizzie's to return those books. And again, she's with Lobo. Now,
she's sitting on the back of the motorcycle, 3 feet wide, just pressing books together like she's playing an accordion.
You see her take all these books off the shelf, and then she gets on the motorcycle, and he must have one heck of a saddlebag on this bike, because you don't see these books again. So Lizzie knows Gus is Lobo, obviously, and her husband knows that Gus is Lobo, but earlier, when Gus was there, when he was looking like a blobfish, we were introduced to the fact that Annabelle or Piglet, because it's always good to body shame your kids at a young age.
Yep.
If you don't start young, they're gonna overeat. So you might as well shame them into fitness at an early age.
That's I think that was Sally Struthers' technique.
Shaming into fitness.
Yeah, I remember that 80s workout video.
Shame into fitness.
So it's her and Richard Simmons.
She's just eating ice cubes, calling you names. So, but we established earlier that Annabelle, despite her age, is the only word she knows is uncle. And her favorite thing to do is to color with her uncle. Draw and color with Gus. And the dog, who doesn't like anybody, only likes Gus. That's it. So Emily shows up to Lizzie's with Lobo. They come in the house, and the dog instantly beelines to Lobo. Now, did they tell the dog that this was really Gus? Because typically dogs also can see, and he doesn't look like Gus. He might smell like Gus, but this dog he's not remotely standoffish to this new human being.
No.
He's like, that's my man. I know that guy.
Maybe he just likes kiwis.
Happy Halloween, Gus. I see you. So that to where Emily, of course, is like, huh, I only thought this dog liked her brother. Annabelle
doesn't think anything else of it.
No, it wasn't in the script. Annabelle comes through and she sees him and instantly is uncle. Again,
the only word she knows.
Again, doesn't look anything like her Hodgkin's chemo uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like someone completely new. Annabelle can recognize. Emily doesn't have a clue. Anyway, I thought that this girl, this is strange. The husband comes home. Hey, Gus. And then, Guttenberg does some eye acting, and eventually he's like, whatever. So, again, Emily, I don't see anything fishy here.
Like she pauses just for a second. And okay.
Yeah, this all checks out. So they all recognize him. They all play it well. They play it off. Obviously, the dog and Annabelle can't play it off. They return the books, and Lobo takes her home, and Emily really wants him to come inside again.
Yeah.
And he refuses her kiss. Have a good night. Lobo feels terrible about that because, Gus feels terrible because I had a shot to hook up, even though under false pretenses. I had a shot to hook up with her and I passed on it. I better go back and see if that shot is still worth it. So he shows up to find Trout's car in the driveway and also finds Mandy hiding on the back floor of Trout's car.
Yeah. But
they're both not supposed to be there, so they both just kind of pretend they don't see each other. We see Emily and Trout fighting inside. Trout, again, has got Mandy in his car. Trout and Mandy leave, right? Mm-hmm. And Mandy's Mandy, who stands up. Again, Emily's window's open because Lobo can hear the whole conversation. Mandy then gets up when Trout comes to the car and starts almost yelling at Trout. So did you break it off? And Emily must be vacuuming or something because she can't hear.
the tea kettle was whistling.
Yeah, exactly. So Lobo stays the night with Emily. I think I got ahead of myself earlier, but Lobo stays the night with Emily now. In the morning, now that the deed has been done, Gus reveals the truth that he is Lobo.
Yeah.
By taking out his blue contacts and speaking in a non-accent. And she's like, wow, that's pretty amazing. You picked up the English language really well.
It's like when Robert Downey Jr. takes out his blue contact lenses in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody, and Emily is like, wow. And he says something, and she's on board, immediately on board with getting a green card marriage. Cause she really is you must be authentically New Zealand. But
had her duped.
Yeah. And she kicks him out because obviously you've lied to me. And then Emily races to Lizzie's to confront her.
Mm-hmm.
And Lizzie is a mastermind of all of this. Again, we're talking
sociopath.
14 seconds later, everybody's still in the same clothes. Emily still has on the same clothes she just woke up in.
Yeah.
And goes to Lizzie's, and she's railing on Lizzie, and Lily's like, well, join the party because Gus isn't speaking to me either. She's like, he's not? No. He doesn't want me meddling in his life anymore. He wants to be left alone. As a matter of fact, he's he's headed to New York for a fresh start.
He's moving there.
Yeah. It's been
decided just this morning.
It's been 8 minutes.
He's leaving. He's on his way to the airport. Right. Packed up his whole life.
The muffler on his motorcycle is not even cool yet, and he's already made play. I'm out of here. If I can't have Emily, plan B it is. I'm off to New York.
Off to New York.
Lizzie then does this side eye as she just keeps gaslighting Emily. You're never going to find him. You're never going to find him on his waterfront home at such and such address.
Yeah.
You're never going to find him there. So, because Emily's like, well, I'm going to go confront him. I'm going to give him what for, even though I literally just did this morning. I'm going to go do it again. So obviously Lizzie's still meddling.
Oh, of course she is. She doesn't know how not to meddle.
So Emily races to Gus's. We get the whole Gus is in a taxi turning right.
Just as Emily pulls up.
Right. He's looking out the right window as she pulls in from the left. They just miss. Her car
between
dies.
blinks.
Yeah. Well, she realizes that's like, she's a little slow on the uptake. But she does put together that, well, that was Gus who is Lobo. So it's still Gus. Like, even though he doesn't look the way I want him to, it's still the same person. So she's pleading that her car doesn't die. Well, her car dies at Gus's. So she takes his Harley. We get a real stupid scene where another Harley rider is like, hey, nice motorcycle. Oh, thank you. Like, it was 12 seconds that was completely unnecessary.
Met the studio required runtime.
Exactly. We got one of ZZ Top in the movie. So Emily's headed to the airport because I got to stop Gus before, not because I love him, but I got to yell at him.
Yeah.
Before he goes to New York.
No other reason.
Yeah. So she goes right up to the only counter.
At airport.
It's Charleston Airport. We know that now. And she just walks right past the line. It's just like, is the New York flight on time? And of course, we've got a real snooty, ticket taker. She's like, could you read the board?
Yeah.
So
this is before TSA and everything, where anyone could just walk into an airport and go anywhere they wanted.
So she sees Gus in line, and instead of walking up to Gus, grabs a pamphlet of something, drops it at his feet. He picks it up. Oh, Emily.
Oh, funny seeing you here.
Yeah, and she's just like, you're going to New York to start your life over? I mean, we were just together 26 minutes ago. And he's like, New York? I'm going to Kalamazoo. Like, I'm going to a friend's wedding. Were you? Like, was this in the plans anyway?
No mention of it prior to this point.
No.
Didn't see it packing.
So he's like, I'm going to Kalamazoo. And she's like, you're not going to New York? He's like, no, I'm going to a wedding. As a matter of fact, I need a +1. You want to go with? Sure. So he's like, ticket, please. And you just, apparently it's endless. It's like a buffet of seats on this plane.
Yeah, they're all available.
Everything's available. So,
I mean, who else is going to go to Kalamazoo?
That's true. I mean, when you've got Duluth. And so, so they get on a plane together. She is completely unprepared. I'm guessing the TSA agent is still standing out front holding his motorcycle that she just left him to do. Yeah. And they hop on a plane to Kalamazoo, and bye, everybody. They're in love now.
Yeah, you're assuming happily ever after.
No, of course they are. They're the only eligible people in area. So,
although we do cut back to Lizzie is outside the airport. I don't know if she's on like a cliff. She's got like a sniper's perspective.
Oh yeah.
With the world's largest binoculars watching.
Yeah, I had Troop Beverly Hills in my movie Marriage at one point, mainly for Shelley Long and the use of binoculars. But she was probably just on her front porch. Like, with those binoculars, you don't have to be close.
Yeah, she was in the car in her garage with the garage door closed.
Yeah, they're like Hubble binoculars. So, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is Don't Tell Her It's Me / The Boyfriend School.
Yeah. Folks, every week Oz and I we give our own unique rating to the film we've been yapping about, in this case The Boyfriend School. Hey friend, how would you rate this flick?
I'm giving this 44 blue contacts.
44 blue contacts.
Yep.
There we go.
What are you giving it?
I'm gonna go with 42 Maori totems.
Ooh, good one.
Because it was a real big plot point there. It was the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Folks, Oz and I scour the interwebs as we watch every movie, searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well. In this week's edition of Outside Insight, Oz, my friend, what is your outside insight for Don't Tell Her It's Me?
This is off of Letterboxd from Gem33. Actually just left in February this year. I just realized that. Shelley Long is so amazingly funny and adorable that you almost don't notice how really kind of effed up the con her and Guttenberg run on Jami Gertz is.
You think?
And in true 80s fashion, stalking, gaslighting, and tricking women into sex is forgiven if you tell them they're beautiful. 3 stars. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Yeah. 3 stars. That's better than average.
What do you think about it?
So that's my unsighted side.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gem33. What do you got?
I got 2 I'm going to share. They're both from the Internet Movie Database, as always. The first was left in June of 2005 by Sue Sanderson and is a 8 out of 10.
Okay.
With the subject line, a very enjoyable love story. I absolutely adore Steve Guttenberg, no matter what he plays in, especially due to his boyish likability and the attainable characters he usually plays.
Yep. So attainable. He's an everyman.
He is. Sue Sanderson's got the hots for Guttenberg.
Yeah. There are people. If I woke up in the morning and I look like peak Guttenberg, I wouldn't be upset. He's handsome enough. Like, again, I'm not saying he's like the most talented. I'm not saying that I want to emulate Guttenberg's life, but I could see it. He's got that. He's a cute kind of guy. Like, you wouldn't call him like a handsome guy. He's not like a Tom Selleck handsome guy.
I mean, no. Nor is he a Ted Danson handsome.
No. But you'd look at the Goot and you'd be like, he's cute. He's a cute guy.
He's not Leonard Nimoy handsome.
No. He's not Steve Buscemi handsome.
No, he's not. He's definitely not.
Clint Howard level of handsome.
He's not Wilford Brimley handsome.
No, he's not Marty Feldman handsome.
Marty Feldman.
So, quick apologies to everyone that we just kind of ripped on unintentionally there.
I'm assuming that Guttenberg would impress women just by showing them that he has Wilford Brimley's phone number in his phone.
That's true. He just pinches his eyelid a little bit.
It's there. Yeah, we worked together in Cocoon. I know Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, you've seen me and Dennehy together. So, but
The
no,
Den.
it's like he's got a handsome smile. I get it, but Sue Sanderson here, she's a fan.
The other one I'm going to share is a 7 out of 10, left by Julie Blevins on March 28th, 2026, which is at the time of this recording only 2 weeks ago. So normally, and I am like, Letterboxd is a lot more in the moment.
Yes.
IMDb, usually I'm going back several years. And this one is literally 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Subject line, I liked it. A delightful romp. Not only did I like it, I often use quotes from it, especially "I am Lobo." That's as far as I usually get before I start giggling. Plot holes? Sure there are. Oscar nominations? I doubt it. Have I made friends watch it with me? You betcha. Did they enjoyed it too? I'm going with, of course they did. In quotes. That's as far as I get before I start giggling. I am Lobo.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Julie Blevins, thank you for your
Julie
insights.
Blevins. And Sue Sanderson.
Was
she one of the... You think she was the oft-forgotten fourth sister?
She was the fourth Sanderson sister.
She wasn't a witch, though. She just sold she sold Mary Kay or something.
Yeah, Tupperware.
Yeah.
She was involved in a lot of pyramid schemes. I mean, you could argue she was just as evil.
Pampered Chef. Yeah. That's the one.
Those 3 witches were bad. But pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I don't have Eye of Newt, but we do have a new bagel seasoning.
We do. Nothing's getting through this Tupperware seal.
Tell your friends.
Those bagels will stay good an extra 2 weeks.
Fresh.
Hey, folks, it's that point in the show you've all been waiting for. The Let's Talk About Flicks signature segment, the 3, 2, 1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1, about this week's movie, Don't Tell Her It's Me, and or The Boyfriend School. Hey, Oz, what are your 3 goods?
My first one is this movie is weird.
the ancillary characters to this movie. I mean, the plot itself is fairly straightforward. I mean, it's very straightforward. Lizzie wants to help Gus find a woman, etc. Anything that's not directly tied onto that is weird. Trout is a weird character.
Oh yeah.
The husband might be my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
Beth Grant's appearance, where she's got this male-female, like, erogenous doll. Like, it's like just this movie's weird.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
It's got some bizarre moments.
And I'm not using. I don't want to use weird with Annabelle in like a negative sense, but just there is 0 point for the Annabelle character.
No,
for the daughter.
The only reason she existed was to, like, I guess, humanize Gus and to call her uncle at the end.
Yeah, and it's just weird. This movie is weird. Like, I think more than one point, Shelley Long's in a kimono. And
it's whether they're serving that like jellyfish salad,
and like that was it. And again, we don't just get away with this jellyfish salad. We get like the full on, almost slapsticky eating it. Cut to like now she's looking at Gus and he's got even more prosthetics on his face.
Yeah, somehow.
Like he's like potato. It's just weird. Like, for a very straightforward plot.
A very straightforward plot.
Like anything that does, like the her driving his motorcycle, fine. You saw that coming a mile away. But to take a moment and have a conversation between her and like a Hell's Angel at an intersection, it's just weird. Like they're just, it's just weird. So that's my first good.
Odd choices.
This movie's just weird. It's like they weren't satisfied with the straightforward plot that they're like, we got to add something to this. And it was
somebody get Shelley Long in a kimono.
Well, and it was like some of these, and I mentioned it earlier, some of these oddities would have fit in one of these like mid 80s John Cusack, Better Off Dead type to where just quirky enough. And they've just got some quirky things for a
but this movie is a straightforward.
Yeah, it's not a quirky movie. And so it was just odd. My second good is just small little Charleston. Like Charleston's just a quaint little village.
It is.
You know, they have an airport, but they have one gas station. And apparently that's where you go do your grocery shopping.
At gas station.
At gas station.
At the Gulf gas station.
Yeah. And so that's my second good. It's such a small, quaint little Charleston. And my third is, and this one isn't as tongue-in-cheek. I really did like the devotion to the bit of Lizzie's over-detailed explanation of consequences to Annabelle for doing things that she shouldn't.
Sure.
Even though the setup for all those is stupid. Like, we have this small bucket of bolts soaking in oil in the middle of our dining room, and she takes one of these bolts and puts it in her mouth. And then Lizzie and before she takes it out of her mouth, explains all of the negative consequences that come with sucking on a bolt that you found in synthetic oil. And at one point, Annabelle, don't stick your tongue in the outlet because, and then all of and then she's like, well, we have to explain it. I believe it explained the consequences. I think it was 3 different times. And of course, that's like that magical comedy number of 3.
Yes.
It's like by hitting it 3 times for me, it was like, this is funny. This is a throwaway nothing, but you enjoyed it enough and Shelley Long sold it enough that you embedded it in there. So that's my third good, is her overly detailed explanations of consequences to just ridiculous things.
Sure. I can go with that.
Yeah. There's no yelling at her, get that out of your mouth. It's Annabelle. She's sucking on motor oil.
We've talked about this.
Like, what have we said about it? You don't put bolts soaking in synthetic oil in your mouth. Like, she did. So what are your 3 goods, my friend?
For my 3 goods, mentioned earlier, we get a training montage.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's even full out exercise and everything.
Yeah.
He's working out. He's dressing better. He's learning how to play the part. Ooh, the girls think the girls in the Jeep think he's ugly. Ooh, the girls in the Jeep think he's handsome. Ooh,
yeah, it's only been a half hour.
or 2 months. We don't know.
No.
We have no idea.
It's still daytime, is all we know. This movie just works in parts of day. Like, was it daytime at the beginning of the scene? Is it daytime at the end? Montage or not, doesn't matter. It's the same day.
Doesn't matter.
It's the same day.
So that's first good. We get a training montage.
I like it.
Second one, just Shelley Long.
I had her. I took her out because
just Shelley Long's great. Great. She makes the most of the part. We covered her a couple years ago. We did the Brady Bunch movie. She was great on Cheers. You mentioned Troop Beverly Hills earlier. That movie's a cult classic.
She's very underrated actress.
Yeah, Shelley Long. And third good, there are multiple doggies, which normally when there's dogs in films, that's a good for me. But I'm going to go a little more specific with this one. Right at the beginning of the movie, when we meet Gus's dog, I'll just say that it's really, really obvious that Gus's dog is a male.
Yeah.
And they did not hide that dog's genitals, and they are everywhere, folks. Yeah. Those dogs' genitals are right there.
Yeah.
And they either didn't notice it or they made the conscious choice to leave it in.
At that point in Gus's life, that dog is more of a man than he is.
Literally. So, and kudos to that dog, too, by the way. I tip my cap to you, buddy. So that's my third good.
Big dog energy, that one.
That's one way to face cat.
Big BDE walking on that set, yeah.
That's big dog energy.
I'll be in my trailer.
Tell Shelley Long when she's got a moment.
Yeah.
So that's my third good. Oz, what are your two bads?
My first bad, the prosthetics of this movie were not good.
No, they were really bad.
Yeah, and it's like I don't want to go as far to say they were so bad they're insulting, but you're trying to do the chemo treatment version of Hodgkin's Gus.
Mm-hmm.
And you clearly didn't have enough in the budget or enough in the research. And I can't say, because they obviously, a person going through treatment, they all look obviously different. But it's like, you really didn't do any justice to people that are suffering from that, series of events in their life. And you're like, what if we just, make them look like this? Not good. So first bad is the prosthetics. The second one, if there's anything worse in the prosthetics, it's Lobo's accent.
Yeah.
Of I'm from New Zealand. I can't say I've been from New Zealand because I've never been there, but I'm pretty sure that was a bad New Zealand accent.
Oh yeah, that was really bad.
So that's my second bad, is just like Steve Guttenberg's New Zealand accent. The prosthetics and the accent, basically anything that made Gus in this movie.
Anything about Gus.
Anything
bad.
Extra for Gus was bad.
Yeah.
So those are my two. What do you got?
But going back to just your prosthetics for a moment, I think, and you can, if you see something differently, I think I remember seeing the budget for this movie was $6 million, and Guttenberg got $1 million of it.
Oh, I did not.
So, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot left over for prosthetics or accent training.
No, or to get that dog neutered.
they didn't have the budget for it, so they just staying in. Yep. Oh god, I quite literally, I was talking pre-show, I have over 15 potential bads for this movie.
This movie's not long enough for 15 bads.
And some of them are simple, like riding a motorcycle without helmets was a possibility.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have one that's like, this movie gives nervous guys like me unnecessary hope. But
where's our Jami Gertz?
Yeah. So I guess my first bad is just pressuring people to date and like stigmatizing being single.
Yeah.
I had a great aunt, bless her soul. She would give my cousin, you know what I'm talking about. She would give my cousin a hard time at every family gathering. So when are you gonna start seeing somebody?
Oh.
And it wasn't intentionally cruel, but it really felt like it.
Yeah,
like
what does it matter?
Like you're not anyone unless you're married.
Yeah.
You have no worth or value. Like,
well,
come on.
and not to speak on your great aunt, because I don't know, but it's almost it's equally as sad when you almost think that they self-reflect and they think that's where their worth comes from.
Yeah.
That I only matter because I'm married, and I can provide for someone, I can serve someone, I can wait on someone. So if you don't have that, how could you possibly be worth anything?
Yeah, and should be noted, and I think this was insinuated before, my cousin, is female, so, female aunt to my female cousin, and it was icky, and, it gives the assumption that, you have no purpose or identity unless you are in a relationship, and that's just, no, sorry.
Agreed.
My other bad, and this is one I could really go on for a while about, using someone with, who presents as autism spectrum as the punchline.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you the over-explaining bit as the joke, because you didn't need that. Like, that could have been any child. It didn't have to be, the character didn't have to be on the spectrum. But, to include a character like that, who, as we talked about before, whose only real purpose was to
identify.
It was, to identify in that one scene and then help make Gus just a little more sympathetic. Come on, you didn't have to do that. Just have it be either don't have the character at all, or there's absolutely nothing necessary to make the girl present as being on the autism spectrum. So come on.
And as we see now, when we're on the other end of the 80s and the 90s, we had a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Because not even on that same vein, but in the same kind of league, is when Gus leaves and doesn't kiss Emily. And she instantly is like, he's got to be gay.
Yeah.
And then later she's like, are you gay? And he goes, no. Well, do you have some kind of disease? He goes, I have an ingrown toenail. And she goes, oh, God. She goes, I don't care if you're married, as long as you're not gay or disease, And it's like, and Emily's a sweet character. It's like, but that was that era of oh my God, as long as he's not gay. And
that's what the collective conscious
that it's
was.
This is me, and I wanted to kiss, and he didn't want to kiss me, so clearly he must be homosexual.
Yeah.
No. He could just be chivalrous, maybe, or not into you, which of course that's not the case in this movie. But I get it.
So that's my second bad. You didn't have to do that.
No, they did not. But they
or
did.
Use the character as a punchline. At one point, Gus, while he's holding her, uses the R word.
Yes. Yes. Oh. I erased that from my memory. But yeah.
So those are my bad Zaz. What's your
To kind of go back to what we talked about earlier, how did Gus get in such great shape so quickly? This whole, we're going to set you up with Emily, this timeline felt like a week. Honestly, from the Lizzie and Emily at the interview to come over for dinner, tonight I'm not interested in Gus, to let's turn you into Lobo. Seriously, this felt like the span of a week, 2 weeks. But he went from amorphous chemo patient to hairy, chiseled Guttenberg in a montage. But the time frame of that montage was sandwiched into this 1 week, 2 week, the natural play out of this, the amount of time it would have taken Gus to go from the shape he was in to the shape he became, Emily wouldn't have remembered him. It would have taken months for that transformation to happen in the way that it did. And yet all of this whole, my brother Gus, this is still so fresh in her mind. It just had, it's like this,
she got married and divorced from Trout in the meantime.
Yeah, it's like this weird pocket universe where he steps into Narnia, gets into shape, and when he comes back, nothing in time hadn't moved. It was just really weird.
Again, Interstellar.
And Interstellar, yeah. So that's maybe that Harley had a flux capacitor we don't know about.
Maybe he hit 88.
Right. So that's my is how did Gus get in such great shape so quickly for it to still play into the timeline of this romance?
Was his mullet a wig in the movie, or did he grow his hair out?
I think he grew his hair out.
Because that was a possible for me. So almost the same kind of thing.
He always has
What's the time jump for when Lobo arrives?
Right. Because once he's jogging and we see him from the backside all sweaty when the Jeep ladies pull up and they're like, hey, want to ride with us? And he turns around and he's sweaty, hairy Guttenberg, but he doesn't have a mullet. It's just his Police Academy Guttenberg curl. And then next time we see him, he's got this full-blown roadie mullet. So even that's going to take months. So from the time he gets in good shape to the time he gets... this movie took...
2 years later.
Yeah, this movie took place over the course of years.
It's like at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when the bad guy drinks from the wrong grail and his hair, you see him from behind and his hair grows all really fast before his eyes sink into his head.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Maybe that happened when he got on the plane to Kalamazoo. His eyes sink into his head.
In this same time frame, Mandy has been waiting for Trout. Sorry, Mandy has been waiting for Trout to cut Emily loose for apparently months.
Yeah,
all of this takes place over months of time at the least.
That article took a long time to write too.
Yeah. It's just so time. What is going on in this movie? Oh yeah, that's my I thought way more about it once I got talking than I did when I typed it out, and I was like, what is going on in this film?
Yeah.
What's your
I have 10 candidates right here. I'm gonna go with during the dinner sequence in the beginning. They made a big production out of everything.
Yeah.
And the one thing that you could poke in the one hole you could poke in my here is if it was after Annabelle's bedtime, but did they make her eat in another room? she wasn't there. They took the time to introduce her to Emily and everything.
She doesn't like jelly. She ate that bowl. She wasn't hungry.
I'm good. I filled up on Bolt.
I'm good.
that grease really fills in the cracks.
It's totally fine.
So I mean, where was she? She clearly loves her uncle.
Yeah,
and wants to be with him every time he's there. So that they make her go eat in the bathroom or in the closet.
Put her away for the night.
So that's why, where did they put her during dinner? Poor Annabelle.
Well, time doesn't matter. They had dinner in the blink of an eye.
That's true.
She just happened, she was on her way to there. It all just happened. It's like
time has no meaning.
It's like the X-Men movie that introduces what's the Quicksilver?
Yeah, is it Days of Future Past?
Yeah. It's like that scene where he's just taking a sweet time, running around doing all that stuff. He bends time. It's all it is.
He does, yeah.
They're probably titans of intergalactic missions, or just bend time at their will.
I got the time stone from from the MCU.
This is in the MCU universe.
this is in the MCU. This was part of Phase 1.
Yeah. Shelley Long eventually becomes Jean Grey.
Yeah,
it's the red hair.
That's what it is. That's Shelley Long as Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. Steve Guttenberg as the Blob. and or Bishop,
with the time travel,
and the mullet,
or Cable, the mullet,
Cable, Cable or Bishop.
It could be either one, I suppose. So that's Don't Tell Her It's Me / the boyfriend school.
Well, it's one way to kick off Jami Gertz month.
Well, even with bad movies like this, we still have a way to make them fun.
It was fun.
It had its moments.
I knew it wasn't going to be as fond of a memory watching it, so it wasn't like I was disappointed by it. I'm just glad it was a quick movie, and the bonker stuff I had kind of forgotten about. So that was a fun little, because I mean the storyline it's so basic and plain that you're not going to forget it. But it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So, what are we going to watch next week?
Well, next week, as we continue Jami Gertz mini month, we are going to go a couple of years prior from the boyfriend school, and we're going to go back to 1987 for The Lost Boys.
Speaking of boyfriends,
we got some Kiefer in here. We got some Corys.
Yeah, Kiefers and Corys and Patrick. And,
they're all there.
And Bill.
Yeah, Bill S. Preston Esquire. He's there.
Bill, before. But before. Well, this was after. Was this? Yeah, this is after Bill and Ted, wasn't it?
No, it was 2 years before. The first Bill and Ted, I think, was 89.
Okay.
Yeah, and this was 87, but Lost Boys is 87.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, no, there's no way that Alex Winter would have done this after Bill and Ted, because he was Bill. I mean, not that his career took off after Bill and Ted, but he would much more recognizable. So
Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, needless to say, Lost Boys is a little better film than what we just watched.
Yes,
a little bit more of a cultural impact. And we got Brutus Beefcake playing saxophone. He's always reminded me of Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Yes, all three of my goods for I'll call it right now. All three of my goods are going to be the shirtless saxophone player.
That's fair. That makes sense, because this movie's just good. I just like this movie. Diane Weist and
it's fun. I think it's a little thinner than its reputation holds up.
It's a vampire movie,
but it's fun, and it's got some memorable moments.
That's all you're looking for, and you could not make, if you were to make this movie look the same way. The 80s is the only decade you could make this film.
Agreed. Yeah.
I mean, it's just it was such a combination of zeitgeist things. Jean jackets and Corys and
boardwalks and video stores and comic book stores.
It's just screams 80s.
Yeah, BMX bikes.
Yeah, it's like you honestly could not make this movie in 1992. It wouldn't have. I don't know what it was. It's just the way time works. It just wouldn't have hit. But
also Interstellar.
Yeah, Interstellar. So no, I do like this movie, but of course I'm a big horror fan, and it's not my favorite vampire movie. But again, it's a fun movie. There is no.
It is fun. Yeah, it is fun.
I quote this movie more than I realize. Especially when we're eating Chinese food,
some maggots.
Exactly. I'll ask the kids if they want any rice with their what? I'm like, it's maggots, Michael. You're eating worms, Michael. The kids are like, what? I don't get it. It's all right.
just eat your noodles.
Yeah. So you got the Frog Brothers, and it's stupid fun, really. This movie is. So, well, we are going to be back next week with, like you said, The Lost Boys, and week 2 of our Jami Gertz tri-week mini-month. Social media-wise, you guys can find us on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube Shorts, if I remember to get around to them. And lo and behold, just check out the website.
Yeah.
Just go to the
website. Website's got everything.
Just bookmark it, you doofus. Been watching CC Brule lately.
Yeah.
Doctor to doctor.
Doctor to doctor. I have brote. I have many brote.
Right. Just go to the website, you dingus.
It's such a hunk.
Yeah. So but no, check out the website. Let's talk about flicks.com. See all kinds of stuff there. It is almost impossible keeping up with Josh Adams and all his movie reviews. No. We're going to have a crash course soon. I'm like, hey, Josh, here's how you can log in and do your own. Please do it for me. But for another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
And we'll see you guys next week when we find the Lost Boys.